Hey all, welcome to Share Trek. Today is 2nd of December 2021 and it's almost 5 p.m. So we are after the market hours. And this segment is going to be talking totally about CRISPR shares. So welcome. And as always, this is just my personal opinion. It's not financial advice. So please consult your financial advisor and take your own due diligence before investing in. Said that, let's get started. As always, let us start with the indicators. We have the VIX out here. I'm looking at a shorter time frame. This is a 3-month time frame. And what I can see is that earlier we were on a triangle, which we said would break upwards because it's going to follow the existing trend. So likewise, we are forming a second triangle. And the VIX has broken down below it today. It's almost close of market. So I'm expecting that the volatility will start subsiding as we go ahead tomorrow. So we can look forward to share prices going up again. So this is just based on what I'm seeing here in the VIX index. If you look at the MACD for the VIX, it's also bearish, and also our RSI has become moderate. So all indications are that tomorrow onwards we'll start seeing, at least for tomorrow, we'll see upward movement in shares, assuming nothing goes wrong between now and market open. Now let's look at DIA. Dow index has gone up 1.7% today. Nasdaq is up 1.21%, and if we look at the S&P 500, it's up 1.3%. So overall, it's a much better day, less pain. So having said that, let us dive into the individual stocks. So we are looking at the CRISPR Therapeutics chart out here. It's a 3-month, 4-hour chart, and I've zoomed in onto a corner to show the action that happened today. So each of these candle bars are 4 hours. So you can see that yesterday, in the second half of the day, the bears were in charge and they were pushing the stock down. In fact, they were in charge throughout the whole day, but the second half, the 4 hours, was dominated by bears. But now, if you look at the first 4 hours of the day today, there was a battle between the bulls and bears, and we have what is called as a doji candle because it has a thick body in between, but the wicks on both sides are pretty long. So that shows that there was a lot of indecision. There was fighting between bulls and bears, and ultimately the bulls have succeeded. And we have this green candle, which shows that CRISPR today had a great bounce. And it gained around 2.09% and ended the day at 76.85. And post-market, it's gone up further by almost $1, and it's right now at 77.78. So that's really very encouraging, and I hope that going forward we can continue with the momentum. Otherwise, if we zoom out, we are still in the downward channel in which CRISPR has been for a while. But the support out here is at 73.07. So we have already bounced off the support out here once today in the morning, and hopefully we keep above. And if we continue to get into this triangle, then we have a good chance of breaking out beyond here before the end of the triangle. So I'm looking forward to that. And when we look at the MACD, it's poised to cross over the signal line. RSI is also looking oversold, so there's plenty of room for it to go up. So overall, I'm very optimistic that tomorrow will be a positive day again for CRISPR. So Vertex didn't do as well today. It dropped a little bit, marginally by 0.27%, but I won't be too worried about it because it has done really well since yesterday, and even the drop is on a very small volume. So, and besides, we were already overbought on the RSI, and the RSI has to come down and get a bit more neutral before it can resume its upward journey. MACD is very bullish, and OB is also pretty good. So tomorrow we should see some positive movements on Vertex, and if not positive, at least horizontal. And now we'll have supports at 197 and 194, which was a resistance earlier, now becomes a support, as well as 185, which was earlier a resistance, now becomes a support. So we have 3 levels of support here, and a positive day possibly tomorrow. Next, let us look at Regeneron, which has gained 54.54%. It's at 634 at the close of market, and since then it has put on 30 cents more. So the MACD is looking bearish, but it could probably cross over to signal line tomorrow. RSI is neutral, so there is plenty of room to go upward as well. OPV is also neutral, so there is good chance that Regeneron should go up, and I'm more optimistic of upward movement because monoclonal antibodies are the flavor of the season, and Regeneron makes it. So it's going to be positive again tomorrow, in my opinion. Teledog gained 3.38%, and also it is reflected in ARKG, where ARKG also gained 1.52%. Teledog is part of the portfolio of ARKG ETF. And if we look at the action today, like we are still on a downward trajectory within this channel out here. If we draw this channel, let's look at. Yeah, that's more like it. So we are still downwards, and we have broken past our earlier supports that we had, and they have now become resistance. And MACD is already poised to go over the signal line. We are totally oversold here despite having 3.38% gain. I'm looking at it in a 3-month time frame, not on a 1-day time frame. So inherently there's a lot of energy to go upwards. So we have to look forward to probably an upward movement, but within these two channels, these two green channels that we have drawn here, and potentially testing 106 maybe in the next couple of weeks. So that's where we are with Teledog. Let us look at Editas. Editas lost 1.25% again today. It's below our earlier support of 31.13, but we have another support at the bottom out here, which is at 24.26. So we have scope, to bounce back. Let's look at Beam, which lost just 0.17%, and it has been testing our support at 71.19. It pierced through the support in the morning session and bounced back, and then since then it has picked up. So I'm hoping that this support will hold on for tomorrow. You can see that the MACD has been very bearish, but it's likely to turn and cross over the signal line. We are totally oversold, and OBV is at the bottom. So since everything is at the bottom, the only way it can go is up. So I'm looking forward to some upward momentum. Let us look at some news here. We don't have any news after 12th of November. So there is nothing new. There are no catalysts. So hopefully we have a consolidation cycle and we stay above the support of, above this green line of support, which is at 70.9. Bluebird Bio was very positive today. It's gained 5.77%. Let us see if it has got any positive news. No news after November 22. So there is no catalyst as such. So it's probably a random market movement, or there is some news that we are not aware of. But what it has done today is it has broken above the channel. If you can see here, we had this red line and a support channel out here. Like if I draw one here, yeah, this is where it is. So Editas has been moving between these two channels and it was going downwards. Some would call it also a bullish flag or a bull flag. So now we have just gone above this. So we'll have to see what happens tomorrow. MACD is bullish. OBV is also positive. It is pointing upwards, and RSI is below neutral. So there is plenty of space for it to go up. So if I read the charts correctly, we should see more upward momentum from Bluebird Bio tomorrow, ARKG ETF. So ARKG kind of recovered some lost ground. It gained 1.52%. It's at 61.38, and it contains a whole host of biotech shares, especially CRISPR shares. And if you look at the MACD, it's poised to cross over to the signal line. We are totally oversold, and we have to. The RSI has to move upwards. So I'm very, very optimistic that tomorrow onwards we're going to see an upward momentum on ARKG. So that's all from me today in the biotech sector. As always, thanks for watching, and please like, share and subscribe and help us grow this channel. Please give me your comments. I'm trying to experiment with the format in order to make the content much more to your liking, more concise and more crisp. So your feedback will help me to improve the channel. Thanks and have a great day. Bye.